Let's be honest, every city's got them. Tourist traps, those places that sound great in theory, but at some point you ask, why even bother? Why should I go hit this? Well, the interesting thing about West Hollywood is it is a city that is so culturally rich, full of different options and diversity and entertainment and restaurants, that there are places that you absolutely have to check out. And I want to show them to you. So let's go.
Let's start with the obvious, the Sunset Strip. Now, is it a tourist trap or a must-see? And the answer is both. It depends on how you look at it. If you're going to just stand in front of a billboard or stare at Chateau Marmont, hoping to spot a celeb, yeah, it's a tourist trap. The Strip gets congested, pricey, and honestly, a little chaotic on the wrong night. But if you do it right, it can be electric. Hit the Comedy Store for a late-night show, grab a rooftop cocktail at Bar Liz or Harriet's, catch a show at the Roxy or Whiskey A Go-Go, and take in some music history. It's all about curation. The Strip isn't bad, but it's going without a plan. That's the trap. Let's bounce off to the next one. The Hollywood Walk of Fame. Now, this one technically borders WeHo, but let's call it out. Tourist trap? 100%. Look, I get it. The stars on the sidewalk, the handprints at the Chinese theater, it's classic LA. But here's the deal. If you've seen it once, you've seen it. And the crowds? Intense. Souvenir shops, costume street performers, and let's just say, not always the most relaxing experience. And there's other tourists everywhere. You're going to see people from all walks of life snapping pictures, standing on the sidewalk pretty consistently. Want the real Hollywood vibe? Head to Runyon Canyon for a hike with killer views and a solid celebrity dog sighting ratio. Or check out the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures. Super curated, way more enjoyable, and you still get that Hollywood flavor without the chaos.
Let's shift gears a bit and talk about something that is worth your time, and that's Melrose Avenue. Melrose is a bit of a chameleon in the fact that it is quirky boutiques, it is cool cafes, it is antique shops, and more. It's definitely worth a check out.
Start around Melrose and Fairfax for more of that hype culture. Think Supreme, Round 2, and walls full of colorful street art. Then head east toward Melrose Place for more elevated vibes. We're talking Alfred Coffee, The Row, and some very Instagrammable friendly corners. Melrose is technically well known, but it's not a tourist trap. It's got layers to it. And if you give it time, you'll find something that feels like your scene. Now let's talk a bit about Rodeo Drive for a second. Again, technically Beverly Hills, but people associate it with West Hollywood all of the time because of proximity. So, should you go? Yes, but only if you treat it like a museum. Window shopping, people watching, grabbing a coffee and taking it all in, totally worth it. But thinking you're going to buy something casual without dropping 4 figures, not so much. It's like a retail theater. If you want fashion without the fuss, Robertson Boulevard is also a great alternative. Or better yet, explore some of the boutiques that are tucked into the Sunset Plaza. It's still high-end, but feels way less forced.
All right, time for a few under-the-radar gems that are absolutely worth your first time. First up, the Schindler House.
Now, yes, it is a museum, but it's tucked right into the little quaint areas of West Hollywood, and it's the first home that was built in the U.S. in its kind of modernistic style. It's definitely a place that people will miss, and I recommend trying to hit it up.
Then there's Book Soup. This indie bookstore on Sunset has been a literary staple since the 70s. If you're someone who loves browsing books with a coffee in hand, you'll feel right at home here. And as a bonus, they host author readings and signings on a regular. Now, another can't miss is the Pacific Design Center, aka the Blue Whale. And what's funny about that is it's multiple colors, but it's bold, it's weird, it's iconic. And if you're into architecture or design, this place is heaven. It also happens to host some of the best art exhibits in the city, and they're usually free. Now let's talk food for a second, because yes, restaurants can also be tourist traps. You've probably heard of Sir, Pump, or Tom Tom, the restaurants made famous by Vanderpump Rules, the reality show. If you want real WeHo food culture, try Laurel Hardware for cocktails and people watching, Employees Only for speakeasy vibes, or Tacos Tu Madre for something casual but unforgettable. If you're looking for a classic breakfast, Dialogue Cafe or The Butcher, the Baker, and the Cappuccino Maker is where locals go, not where tourists typically get funneled.
So I'd be doing us a disservice if I didn't mention Santa Monica Boulevard. It is the heart of the LGBT community, but it's actually so much more than that. Santa Monica Boulevard kind of works like the pulse of West Hollywood, and it's anything from the loud and vibrant to the quiet. So it could be Rocco's, it could be the Gold Coast, and everything in between. It's an area that is, like I said, absolutely represents the pulse of the city, but also during June and Pride Month, it's pretty phenomenal.
Now, real quick, let's talk about one thing people think is a trap, but actually isn't, and that's West Hollywood Park. This spot is beautiful, newly renovated. You've got tons of green space, an amazing playground, basketball courts, public art, and if you're just steps away from the library and the Pacific Design Center, you also get a cool view and a book or two to read. It's not flashy, but it's one of the best places to unwind, walk your dog, or take a breath between activities. Also, the views from the rooftop of the adjacent parking garage, kinda epic. And sunset to downtown, all in one frame. So here's the bottom line. West Hollywood is a city of layers. There are places that look exciting, but are all show, and places that seem quiet, but are packed with meaning, history, and community. As someone who lives here, works here, and helps people relocate here, I can tell you firsthand that the best experiences usually aren't the ones in the travel brochure. They're the ones that happen when you take a side street, try a new coffee shop, or walk into a gallery just because the window caught your eye. That's the real West Hollywood.
So there you have it, your tourist traps and your must-sees of West Hollywood. And I'm here to help you find your gem, your place to call home. And so at any point, if you've got extra questions or comments, I invite you to hit that thumbs up, give me a comment, give me a like. That's what we're here for. And if you're not ready yet, that's what this channel is for, to continue to give you the information that you need to make great decisions when you're thinking about buying or selling in Los Angeles or West Hollywood. Until then, I'd love to see you around the neighborhood. This is Erik Brown, your local realtor, signing off.